Welcome. In today's video, we will be discussing the 5 years of Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana. So this was a flagship scheme of our present government, and even though earlier there was a scheme which was providing the benefits to the farmer, there were always problems that farmers were not getting the insured amount. And in order to revamp them, in order to provide the benefits to the farmers directly, the Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana was kind of revamped, and now it was launched in 2016. So this year marked the 5 year anniversary. So this is like the right time we could go about look at the features, what all the progress has been made, and what could be done going forward. So this is going to be the outline of this video. In this video, we will first of all understand various salient features of the Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana. Then we will also talk about the revamp which happened in 2020 itself, which is known as 2.0. And then finally we'll talk about what could be done to improve the overall efficiency of this scheme. So let's start. So let's talk about the features of the scheme. So it is a comprehensive insurance cover, which means that it covers a lot of features under it. Whenever you see a comprehensive word, it simply means that there are different components which are covered under it. So this insurance features is not only about like when the crop failure happen, it talks about how the crop failures actually occur. Is it because of a natural disaster? It is because of any other kind of issues like the production was not able to complete because of the lack of credit. All these things are actually covered under the insurance scheme, and that is why it is a comprehensive insurance cover. And it is provided against what? So what is its role? We get insurance for health, for an example, under the Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana. There is a health insurance cover. Over here, the Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana is actually provided to the farmer against a crop failure. So whenever there is the failure of crop, this insurance cover could be claimed by the farmer. Thus, it is helping in stabilizing the incomes of the farmer. So just consider an example where because of a severe drought or because of flood situation, the crop got damaged and they were not able to get the proper produce out of their harvest. So in that case, they could means a lot of unstabilization in the income of farmer, which totally rely on the production year by year. So in that case, this insurance cover could help in stabilizing the income. So that is the goal, that is the idea of this scheme. What is the scope? So all food and oilseed crops and annual commercial and horticulture crops for which past yield data is available. So if you see over here, the scope is also very wide. So it covers not only food crops but even the horticulture and commercial crop, which means like your plants and vegetable as well as your jute and cotton. All these are also covered under the insurance scheme. So the scope itself is very wide. Then there is also a concept of premium and differential premium. It's not like every crop will have a fixed premium, but it is differential. For an example, the prescribed premium is 2% to be paid by farmers for all kharif crops and 1.5% for all the rabi crops. Why that is so? You can understand kharif crop are generally grown in the time of rainy season, and they actually have more risk as compared to rabi crop. That is why the premium is little bit higher on kharif crop as compared to the rabi crop. In case of the annual commercial and horticulture crop, the premium is 5%. So the premium is kept 5% because generally the farmers who are actually involved in the commercial and horticulture crop are mostly large land holder farmer, and in that case they could go ahead and afford the 5% premium. So that is the idea. We have the differential premium for the insurance coverage according to the type of crops. The premium cost cover and above the farmer share was equally subsidized by the states and government of India. So this is what happened. The over and above the farmer share was actually subsidized by state and the government of India equally. However, the government of India share 90% of the premium subsidy for the northeastern state to promote the uptake in the region. So in order that the farmers over here like get themselves insured under the Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, government of India, the central government actually provided 90% of the premium for the northeastern state. The scheme was compulsory for loan farmers availing crop loan, Kisan credit card, account for notified crops, and voluntary for others. So there was this component of this scheme which says that the farmers who have taken loans under the Kisan credit card, for them this particular insurance is compulsory, and for the other farmers it is actually on a voluntary basis. So this is the idea of this scheme, major feature, and you can understand from this these features that this is actually very comprehensive and covers a wide range of crops and would help to provide better insurance against the unseen circumstances for the farmer. So this is something you should remember. These are important points. Now let's move forward and talk about the revamp. So there is 2.0 also which was launched. The idea was, in order to ensure more efficient and effective implementation of the scheme, the central government had revamped it in 2020 Kharif season. So very recently, like last year itself, it was revamped. And some of the features, like for an example, the compulsory enrollment for the scheme, that was kind of criticized by most of the farmers, that even when they don't want to go for insurance cover, it was made compulsory for them. So because of that, there was lot of contention, and hence the 2.0 actually tried to solve that. So let's just see how it has revamped it or overhauled the Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana. First of all, it made it completely voluntary. Enrollment 100% voluntary for all farmers from 2020 Kharif. So now there is no compulsion that if you have taken loan under the Kisan credit card scheme, then you have to like compulsorily enroll in the insurance cover. No, this has made entirely completely voluntary. It is up to the farmer whether they want to enroll in the insurance scheme or not. Then limit to central subsidy. So central subsidy was actually taking a lot of burden on the exchequer of the center. So that is why the center has decided to put a cap on it. So the cabinet has decided to cap the center's premium subsidy under the scheme for premium rates up to 30% for unirrigated areas and 25% for the irrigated area. So this is how they have kept. So they will only cover up to 30% for the areas which are like very drought prone and unirrigated, and for the areas which are irrigated, center will provide 25% of the subsidy cost. More flexibility to the state, then again, so agriculture is something which states have more say into. So in that regard, to provide them more leeway, to give them more scope and flexibility, this was also envisioned in the 2.0. The government has given the flexibility to states and union government to implement Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana and given them the option to select any number of additional risk cover and feature. So this is also something which the 2.0 has actually added, that if according to the exigency of states, if state government feel like they need to cover more risk or they have to add more more features, sorry, they could go ahead and do that. So this is the idea, and they, through that, they are providing more flexibility, more power, more autonomy to the state government. Then there is also a component of investing in ICE activities. So insurance companies have to now spend 0.5% of the total premium collected on information, education and communication activities. So information, communication and education activities, ICE, they have to provide a particular fund, they have to like provide for that, so that the information, awareness, the upskilling in regarding how to go ahead about the insurance is also imparted to the farmer. So that is also very important, because what was actually experienced is that farmers are not aware how to get the insurance cover and what are the benefits. So in that regard, information, education and communication, these are certain very hallmark of the schemes, and because of that, the insurance company going forward now have to like keep separate around 0.5% of their fund for it. So these are the new features which has been introduced in the Kharif season of 2020. Now Now let's move ahead and see what more could be done. So we have realized that okay, now it has been 5 years, and a lot of things have happened. Last year also revamped the problems which were there. They have tried to be addressed in the new version, but still, what more need to be done? For an example, rationalizing waivers and service delivery. So now and then you must have heard in the news that the farmers are getting loan waivers. In that regard, rationalizing of waivers is very important, because for the healthy economy and also to maintain the stable income for the farmer, that is also very important. So loan waiver schemes announced by state government along with mandatory Aadhaar linkage should be rationalized to enable Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana of greater coverage. So Aadhaar linkage is also important, like now that has been going on, which could go towards the greater coverage. So that is something which could be done. Then enable timely compensation. Now this has been the Achilles heel of the whole scheme, that even though the farmers are covered under the insurance, they do not get the compensation at the right time. So this has been really problematic, which need to be addressed by the government at the earliest. Then bringing behavioral change. So apart from this, a lot more needs to be done in bringing about a behavioral change regarding the cost of insurance being a necessary input and not a money back investment. So that is again something, behaviorally changing things should be there, that insurance is actually more along the lines of why it is important. It is a necessary input. You cannot take it as an investment source. So that is something which has to be inculcated, and it has to be imparted, that knowledge to the farmers. Streamlining the similar scheme, that is also important, so that the funds and the resources which are utilized could be utilized in an optimal way. So it needs to be streamlined with the scheme, like for an example, restructure weather-based crop insurance scheme to include more risk areas which are not covered under them. So that's how you can converge the resources under the similar schemes and could give more optimal output. Then there is a question of proper implementation. Any scheme, if you really want to make it successful and if you really want to make the people to get the benefit out of it, proper implementation is the must thing that needs to be done. So successful implementation of the scheme is an essential benchmark in agricultural reform in India to make farmers self-sufficient in times of crisis and support the creation of Atmanirbhar Kisan. So we are talking about self-reliant India, Atmanirbhar Bharat. We cannot be self-reliant Atmanirbhar without our farmers actually becoming Atmanirbhar. And for that we need that they are able to understand the the all the nitty-gritties of these schemes and how the insurance cover actually work. They are compensated at a proper time, and there is a streamlined implementation of the scheme so that they can actually benefit from it. So these are the few things which, like, going forward need to be done by the government to make it more successful scheme. So this is something you should remember. Whatever we have discussed in the video today, you can use it as a complete, like you can use the initial slide as an introduction, then you could talk about the various features, then you can talk about the revamping, and you can use this idea what needs to be done more in the conclusion. So this is something how you have to write your mains answer. So I hope you have understood this video. If you have any doubt, feel free to drop a comment. Thank you.